Today I want to answer a question I got in the comments under my UI fade animation video. Someone asked how you can make a title screen fade in automatically when the level starts in Unreal Engine. Since a lot of people run into this, I thought I'd make a fast focused video for anyone with the same problem. To save time, I've already set up a basic widget called WBP_title using the third-person template. Inside this widget, I dropped in a canvas panel to organize the layout. If you're not sure why you'd use a canvas panel, I have a separate video on my channel where I explain that in detail. Next, I added a text block, named it title, and set the text to title as well. Then in the animations panel, I made two simple animations, one called fade in and another called fade out. For fade in, I set a keyframe at 0 seconds with the render opacity at 0 and another at 1 second with opacity set to 1. For fade out, I just did the opposite, starting at full opacity and fading out to 0. This gives us a widget with clean fade in and fade out animations. If you open the graph, you'll see we have fade in and fade out listed as animation variables. That means we can trigger them from anywhere as long as we have a reference to this widget. For this video, I'll show you exactly how to do it in the level blueprint, so when your level loads, the title widget fades in automatically. That's the setup. Now let's jump in and connect everything step by step. If you find this useful, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe to Rambod Dev for more practical Unreal tutorials. Now let's set up the blueprint logic to actually play this animation when the level starts. First, open the level where you want your title animation to appear. In my case, I'm using the default third-person map, but you can use any map you want. With your level open, go to the top menu and open the level blueprint. This will let us run our UI logic as soon as the level loads. Inside the level blueprint, the first thing I do is add an event begin play node. This node fires as soon as the level starts, so it's perfect for our intro animation. Next, I add a create widget node. For the widget class, I select the WBP_title widget that we prepared earlier. Right after creating the widget, I promote the return value to a variable. Let's call it title widget. This is important because it lets us keep a reference to the widget so we can trigger animations or remove it from the screen later. With the widget variable set, I connect it to an add to viewport node. This actually puts the widget onto the screen so it becomes visible to the player. To make sure everything initializes smoothly, I add a short delay node, set to about 0.2 seconds. This tiny pause just helps ensure the widget is fully ready before we start playing the animation. Sometimes, especially with more complex widgets, skipping this step can make animations look choppy. After the delay, I use the play animation node, connecting the title widget as the target. For the animation, I select fade in. This triggers the fade-in effect on our title exactly as we set up in the widget earlier. I follow this with another delay, this time set to 1 second. This lets the fade-in animation finish and gives the title time to stay visible on screen for a moment. Once that's done, I trigger the fade-out animation. To do this, I use another play animation node, again targeting title widget, but this time picking fade-out as the animation. This will smoothly fade the title out of view. I add another delay node, again set to 1 second, just to make sure the fade out has time to finish. Finally, I use the remove from parent node with title widget as the target. This completely removes the widget from the viewport so it won't take up any resources or block anything else in your UI. And that's it. When you play the level, your title will fade in, stay on screen, then fade out and disappear all automatically right when the game starts. This technique is really useful for splash screens, intro titles, or any quick UI that you want to show at the beginning of your game or level. And if you want to use it somewhere else, like in your game mode or player controller, you can just follow the same steps. If you found this tutorial useful, don't forget to subscribe to Rambod Dev for more clear Unreal Engine guides.